Hello, I am Dr. Rajita, faculty of Next Fellow. Today we are going to discuss about the anatomical snuff box. Anatomical snuff box, it is an elongated triangular depression. So here is the anatomical snuff box, which is like an elongated triangular depression present on the lateral aspect of the wrist, immediately distal to the radial styloid process. So here is the radial styloid process. It is present just distal to the radial styloid process, and it becomes more prominent when thumb is fully extended. So we can see the extension of the thumb to show the anatomical snuff box. As the anatomical snuff box clinically very important, it is important to know its boundaries. So anterolaterally it is bounded by tendon of abductor pollicis longus. So this is the abductor pollicis longus tendon. So we can see here this one, and just next to it, it is related to extensor pollicis brevis tendon. So abductor pollicis longus, extensor pollicis brevis forms the anterolateral or radial boundary. Then posteromedial boundary or ulnar boundary, it is formed by extensor pollicis longus. We can see here extensor pollicis longus on the medial side, and the base is formed by this styloid process, that is proximal end, it is formed by the styloid process, and whereas the distally we can see the apex, where we can see these two tendons meet almost to form the apex of the triangle. So the proximal it is formed by the styloid process of radius, and distal border it is formed by the apex, which is where we can see the two tendons merge to form the apex, and the floor of the triangle you can see the two bones, scaphoid and trapezium. So scaphoid and the trapezium will form the floor of the triangle, and the roof of the triangle it is formed by the skin superficial fascia, which contains the cephalic vein. So the roof structures which contains the cephalic vein, and along with the cephalic vein we can see the superficial branch of radial nerve. Superficial branch of radial nerve relation is very important. So damage to superficial branch of radial nerve, the person will lose the sensory sense at the roof of anatomical snuff box. And content of this triangle, we can see this red color structure which is formed by the radial artery. So the content of the triangle is formed by the radial artery. So these are the contents and boundaries, and radial artery pulse can be felt in the anatomical snuff box. And in the floor, apart from these two bones, even partly the wrist joint and first carpometacarpal joints are also partly evident in this triangle. And superficial branch of radial nerve, it is closely associated with extensor pollicis brevis. So the tenderness in the anatomical snuff box indicates the fracture of scaphoid bone. And one more important condition is Dequervens tenosynovitis. Dequervens tenosynovitis, it is an inflammatory condition where the two tendons, that is the radial border two tendons, that is abductor pollicis longus and extensor pollicis brevis. So these two tendons will get inflamed, resulting in a tenosynovitis condition. So this tenosynovitis is tested by a sign which is called as Finkelstein test. Finkelstein test becomes positive if there is any dequerens tenosynovitis. So how we do Finkelstein test? So the thumb is bent across the palm of the hand and the fingers, and it is flexed down over the thumb. You can see in the first image it is flexed, and that is they do the radial deviation, that is abduction at the wrist, and further medial deviation of the wrist towards the little finger. If the person tries to do medial deviation, that is movement towards the little finger, this tendons will get stretched. If they get stretched, they cause severe pain. So pain indicates the sign of Finkel's test, positive sign of Finkel test, which indicates dequerens tenosynovitis. Thank you.